And welcome back to another CBB Talk with your boy, Will Dickinson. We have a national championship set between two of the best teams in the country, or the two best teams in the country, pretty much all year. The Purdue Boilermakers and the UConn Huskies are set to face off tomorrow night in the national championship game. Two number one seeds going at it, and UConn looking to repeat for the first time since Florida did in 07. Let's talk about these two games, man. Did we get a close game? No, but I thought we did get two interesting games and fun to watch games. It didn't provide an instant classic. We won't look back on this year and be like, when we look at the best games of the tournament, we won't look at these Final Four games. But I thought they were solid games. We're going to start with the earlier game where Purdue takes down NC State to get to the national championship, 63-50, a low-scoring game. Zach Edey shoots 0 free throws in this. Oh, sorry, 2 free throws in this one, which is very shocking. Purdue only got to the line 10 times, and State only got 4. This was a quicker game here, a really good one. We didn't get the DJ Burns show. Kind of came back down to what he was doing most of the year. But I will say, NC State, don't be mad about. Don't be sad it's over. Be glad it happened. No one thought that you would ever get to this spot, NC State, and you got a chance to play in the Final Four, be America's sweetheart. It was a great run. This game, it was a little boring. I thought NC State had a lot of times where they could have won. I think I think it was about with 14 minutes left around then, they got the 6, and that was NC State's time to strike. I think, did Horn miss an open three? Someone missed an open three. It might have been Horn or Marcel missed an open. I think it was Horn. Horn missed an open three to cut the three. I think that was the big turning point. Then I think goes down, and they go, and I think Mason Gillis hits a three, and that kind of put the game to 9. And after that, Purdue really controlled this game. I'm really happy for Purdue, man. I don't root for Purdue. I've said this now many times, but you got this fan base is, such a loyal fan base, man. And Zach Edey, obviously, he won the Wooden Award today. They're back in the national championship. I thought Lance Jones was really the MVP of this game. He had so many good defensive plays. Only had 1 steal, but I thought he was great defensively. 14 points, hit 4 threes in this one. I thought he was really, really clutch in this one. Braden Smith didn't have his best game. Had 2 over the back courts to in the first like 5 minutes of the game, which was crazy. But he ends with 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and hit a big 3 in the second half. That was his only points there. Look, this Purdue team isn't the most deep team, and we kind of saw that today. Mason Gillis is really their main guy. The rest of the bench only played 9 minutes while he played 24. Kaufman Wren does start, and they went to him early. For NC State, they just couldn't get it going, man. DJ Burns finished with 8. DJ Horn was good, but it was an inefficient 20 points. I thought he missed some shots that he could have made, but again, he was really one only playing amazing. I thought Jaden Taylor played good, had 11. He missed some shots, but he really hustled. Pass came in there, played great defense, had 4 points. But you had 0. Morcell was terrible. O'Connell got hurt on that fast break where he pretty much had free lane to the rim. Some popped, or I don't know what happened there on that fast break. He really didn't play much after that. Purdue's in the national championship for the first time since, I believe, 1969. They got a chance to go win it all here, and it's going to set up an amazing matchup with UConn that we're going to talk about that game just after this. But man, Matt Painter has done an amazing job. I said this in my Final Four preview. The way he got this team to buy back in, pretty much return everyone, bring in a guy like Lance Jones and turn the season around. We've seen 100% of the teams lose to a 16 seed, make the national championship the next year, and can it be 100% to win it all? It's just the resilience of this group. And yeah, they got lucky that they played an 11 seed in the Final Four, but that's not their fault. They had to go beat a 2 seed Tennessee. They had to beat a hot Gonzaga team. They had to beat the Mountain West champs to get here. Purdue has deserved it, and now they're going to have one of the hardest tests in the country in Alabama, in UConn. And let's talk about this game, man. This was the second game. I bet on UConn 11.5, and Alabama in this first half I thought played the best they could. They shot, I think in the first half they were 7 for 10 from 3. What did they end up shooting from 3 in this game? 11 for 23. So yeah, the second half they did not. They were 70% from three at half, and that was the reason they're in it. Mark Sears, I don't think missed a shot in that first half. I think he was 5 for 5. Aaron Estrada came out playing a really, really good in this one. Rylan Griffin hit 2 threes in his first half, and we saw that Alabama, what we said is Alabama is probably not going to win this game, but if they can shoot really hot from three, they have a chance to win this game. And I said, even if they shoot, let's say 45% from three, I don't know if they hit like 16 threes, they're not going to probably win. They could still lose this game. They shot around that 40% mark here. Just didn't get the volume they want. And that's UConn defense right there. And I'm so happy. Stephon Castle, 21 in this one. He got in some foul trouble late, but he was amazing. Obviously, Alabama kind of started that game disrespecting Castle, letting him shoot threes. He hits 2 threes quickly and missed the next four, but they made him respect his jumper there, and he was really the most aggressive one on this team, man. He was attacking the rim. He played with some fire in this one, and he took over when Tristan Newton was on the bench. Castle was the main ball handler and was aggressive. 21 in this one, man. 5 for 6 from the line. I tweeted after they beat Illinois, I said, I love Stephon Castle's upside. If he can get that jumper around, he already plays really great defense. And we saw him, he had the Sears assignment. And that second half, I thought he played really, really good defense on him. And obviously, the MVP of this UConn team is Donovan Clingan. What he does defensively is insane. When I have to give my defensive player of the year, which will be that will come up later this next week or this upcoming week. My defense player of the year, Clingan's going to be a big candidate in this one because the way he doesn't just block. He blocked 4 shots in this one, but he attacks every ball. He alters so many shots. He's not afraid to get dunked on. Grant Nelson, put it on him there in that second half when Alabama was kind of making a low run. But Clingan was amazing in this one. 18 points, was dominant offensively, and then defensively even more dominant. And we saw Tristan Newton have a great game. I think he settled for a lot of threes there, but he hit some big ones. Go call home. Tristan Newton's here. He's the X factor, the glue guy is Tristan Newton. What he does, he's been here before. Cam Spencer had so many big time shots. He's one of the best offensive rebounders I've seen for a guy who's like 6'3", 6'4". He knows where that ball's coming off the rim and he'll get there. He did that at least 3 or 4 times to get second chance looks. Caravan was huge in that second half. He's a guy who doesn't need a big role, doesn't need to make a lot of shots, but he's so efficient there. And they still can get really good minutes when Samson Johnson's on the court there. He had 10 minutes, 7 points, 2 blocks. Man, again, I said this about I was watching back my video from last year after the Final Four, and I said, look, I don't think this UConn team is unbeatable, is what I said. And I was like, maybe I'm stupid because they've been dominating everyone. I've been saying now this UConn team is unbeatable. And I said this about Cleveland last year was that he would start on any other team if they didn't have Adama Sanogo. And I think it was true. I mean, we see he's an All-American for me this year. I could say the same thing about Samson Johnson, man. I think he's such a good big. I think he's a junior, so if he can come back next year, take over that starting 5 spot, I think he can have not a Klingon-like year, but a really, really good year. I think he starts on almost every team. He's such a versatile big, has great hands. If he can improve his free throws there, he'd be really, really good. Alabama again. Sears was great. What a year for Mark Sears. I hope to see him as a first-round pick in the NBA. I mean, they were saying the Jalen Brunson thing on TV last night. I've been saying that for a while now. He's really good, and he gets a shot off. He has a nice step back. He can get to the lane. He's crafty finisher, the lefty. Grant Nelson was really big in this one. Look, Grant Nelson kept Alabama in it a lot in that second half. Obviously had that big time dunk. It kind of sucked he got in foul trouble in that first half. He was really good in the second half. Estrada was good, and then no one else really had a great game. Pringle was, in and out of the line. Only played 16 in this one. Right Cell came back from injury, hit 2 threes, and Griffin had 2 threes early. Didn't really do anything in that second half. But yeah, we were set up for an all-time great final, in my opinion. The two 1 seeds, Purdue, who didn't lose a game outside of conference play. UConn hasn't lost a game down on the road this year. And these are 2 juggernauts, and it's going to be the battle of the bigs. That's going to be the story in this one. It's Donovan Clingan, who is the higher NBA guy because of the way he's able to move on the court. His lateral quickness is way better than Zach Edey. The way he can go almost hedge up to the 3-point line, get back, recover, block a shot. He's not going to have a jumper, but this dude is NBA potential is high because of the way he's able to move and play defensively and be comfortable with getting the ball in the post and finishing. Zach Edey, who's not as versatile as a defender, still a very good shot blocker. Doesn't like to foul. He's not. He's a little bit more passive, but obviously offensively, what he can do, and had 20 points in this one. And it wasn't a great game. He didn't score for about 8 minutes of game time, and Purdue still easily won. These two teams have dominated their way through the NCAA tournament. I think the line opened up as UConn -6, and look. I thought it was going to be more like 4 or 5, but it's 6, and we'll see what it is at game time here. I think a lot of people are just going to be betting UConn. I think both teams have covered every game so far, so something's got to give here. And UConn's trying to go back to back, man. If they can complete it tomorrow night, they'll go down as one of the greatest teams of all time. This team wasn't undefeated. Look, they lost at Kansas. They lost at Seton Hall, and they lost. But look, Kansas was the number 1 team or top 5 team in the country at that point. Still was healthy. This team would have been around the 1 or 2 seed. They lost at Seton Hall, a team that should have made the tournament and won the NIT. And then they lost at Creighton, a team that made the Sweet 16 and was a 3 seed. They're going to go down one of the greatest teams of all time. If they win this game, obviously, if they lose, they'll be one of the greatest teams to not win a championship. But I can't bet against Dan Hurley. I think they win this game. I picked them to win the NCAA tournament in my bracket for a reason. It was because of the way they've just controlled every game. They survived punches, and Bama gave them a real test in that first half. But they just dominated. They didn't play amazing, and they still won and scored 86 points. This team's on a mission, and look, if anyone can do it, it's Zach Edey, but I think they're going to have a plan for Edey. Braden Smith is going to have to be better. It's a great point guard. It's a great guard matchup, man, but I'm taking the experience of UConn. I think Stephon Castle, look, he's not going to have another 20-point game, but he's really been so good this NCAA tournament. His draft stock skyrocketing after last night. I'm just so excited for this game, man. It's the game that we as college basketball fans deserve. One sec, what was I saying? Yeah, the game we deserve. We've been watching this all year. And we got 2 of the best teams in the tournament. I think some people think it's boring that we have 2 1 seeds. No, it's not boring. It's what we deserve. We got 2 of the best teams in the tournament in the country that have been there all year. These teams have really never left my top 3 since December. So I think we're gonna get a really good game. My pick is UConn. I think they're gonna win by 10. Their closest game they still have played in the last 2 NCAA tournaments was a 13-point win against Miami. They won by 14 here. It's their second smallest victory. So they haven't played a game inside double digits. I think Purdue will be a great test. But I don't think Purdue's played good. Didn't play good last game. They won. NC State just was bad offensively in this one. But man, 2 good Final Fours. It looked like it was a great venue there in Glendale. I saw some people not like the stadium games being played there. I'm maybe it's unpopular, but I actually really do enjoy playing in a stadium. I think it's really cool. I love the elevated floor. Just it gives a different vibe. It's an important game. It's a Final Four game. It's a spectacle, man. I thought the calling was great. Iron Eagle doing a great job. Man, we got one more college basketball game. The women's game is starting now, so I'm gonna go watch that. I think South Carolina's gonna win, man. I thought UConn got robbed. I'm gonna say it. UConn got robbed. But man, let's see if UConn can revenge the woman, I guess. Maybe a Big Ten team can win it for the first time since 2000. We'll see. Thanks for watching this episode, man. Let me know your championship predictions. I'm going to take UConn to beat Purdue, but we'll see. And next time I'll see you, which will be Tuesday, we'll get a new national champion, man. And it's crazy to say, but when I see you next, the college basketball season will be officially over. It's sad, but also it's been a great year. I made, I think, well, how many videos have I made this year? This is my 61st video so I've been doing it's crazy. This is my 60th video, but it is our 61st video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you on Tuesday. Let's see who wins it all.